Suhaz Esports bounce back and score some points for the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Game 1, SMG versus Suhaz Esports.
Well, so far Suhaz Esports need to break out of their losing streak. They need to be able to get out of the bottom of their group just so that they are safe and make it into playoffs. Qualifying is going to be their challenge here. However, Team SMG have set their standards a little higher. Every loss is going to be unfortunate. And Noir is using the new Starlight skin. I really love this skin. It looks great. Look at that animation. Look at it. He's got a little Saturn spinning around it. But they're already taking that first engagement so far. But the question is, and still remains, which side of the map are they going to play for?
Yeah, and on top of it all, I feel like the Noirs, like the new Atlas skin kind of reminds me of a different version of a Transformer. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it. But back to the topic as well. Let's talk about Purify purchase coming from Ikemon, because that is a very interesting pickup for a Rafael. I was expecting maybe an Aegis, maybe even a Flick.
You're hiding in the bush, boom, you throw the doll, and you don't necessarily have to be visible in the bush for you to get tethered. So that's super annoying.
Agreed, but at the same time, we are going to be jumping straight into the game to find out what's going to be happening between both SMG as well as Suhaz Esports. Thankfully, the Marshal has been able to resolve it, but this is what I'm talking about. SMG, they immediately go for the invades. They're calling Ikemon, but he's going to be the point of interest. Well, seems like they are not going to be able to take him down yet.
Unfortunate. And I think it's good that Team SMG didn't dive just yet. They still want to dictate the pace of the game. Forcing a recall is not that bad at the end of the day, and Hate does at least getting priority. So now you can see the early rotations up towards top side, but Seitu Norsana, he's smarter than this. He shouldn't be taking trades against Smooth to begin with.
Yeah, and they know for a fact that if he tries to make a dive as well, they do see Raisin. Raisin did not going to be able to check the bush. Heavy Spin comes in, Box sidesteps his way through, and that's going to be a Heavy Spin wasted.
Yep, nicely played by Box so far. I think Team SMG, they played it correctly. I think at the end of the day, if Smooth wanted to bait CT Norsana, he probably would have played further back into the lane, but instead walked up expecting reinforcements to come. Team SMG wanted to punish Razin, and they did force him to recall. So now they have full control over this turtle, and there's nothing that Suhaz Esports can do.
Well, this shows how SMG... There's a reason why Box is the turtle mania, right? Like, this is how SMG plays their composition. They really prioritize on the first 3 turtles to try and snowball and dictate how they want to play the play and force the enemy to actually react to them. And currently, you can see that SMG, they're playing safe, and they're going to try and turtle up Suhaz Esports in the way where they're not going to take any kind of unnecessary risky plays.
I mean, they're taking advantage of recall timings, right? If they force somebody to recall... Oh, wait, hold on. Ikemon might be in some trouble here.
Oh, the Purify. Oh, that is really unfortunate for Noir.
It's just the value of Purify. People need to pick up this spell more often against Atlases.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's really good. So, watching for him is going to be A-okay. Jenny, however, going to be taking a little bit damage, but Julian's auto attack starting to hurt a little bit more. It seems like Hate has kind of picked up the secret sauce of what Stormy has been playing, the auto attack Julian mage build.
Honestly, I do think that should have been a kill for the side Team SMG. Definitely, you can see that communication is going to be a bit hazy between the members. Had Box just looked to re-engage back into that fight, they honestly, with just Box's auto attacks alone with the puncture, more than enough damage. That definitely would have killed. Suhaz, on the other hand, have been getting away with quite a lot so far, despite the recalls, but Team SMG making just a very minor gold lead so far with only 1k in the bank. They look to punish.
Yep. Oh, the burst coming in. Box looking to go for the finish, but Siri Norsana is going to be the out sustain that, and this is exactly what we were trying to see as well from previous week. Like, I was expecting maybe a Paquito with a Dirov, but, you know, against the Lancelot, it kind of works very similarly. But Box is just 1 level behind. Like, if it was level 7, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the base stats enough to actually take down Cities from Rosana. However, Fatal Link's down middle is going to get pulled back. They take Jenny out, and that's going to be first blood in the hands of SMG.
Well, that's the first blood that we were looking for. And honestly, well played by Team SMG. They're doing this extremely tactically. They're just slowly cutting away at Suhaz Esports' resources. Like, keep an eye on battle spells, right? Top side, Seitu Norsana ends up getting a successful dive from the side of Team SMG. He had no sprint, no way to get out, even with no falling Star Moon. The fact that Smooth is 2 levels ahead, if he lands that ult, you're expected to die.
Yep, great catch coming for him, but at itself now, Suhaz Esports, they're going to try and take a risk as well. Sasa going for the snipes, unfortunately doesn't connect, but great steal coming from Ryzen with the heavy spin. They catch off Noir, and that's going to be another kill coming in towards Suhaz Esports. So a little bit of retaliation has been made, mistakes made from SMG, but at the same time, well done to Suhaz.
I think at the end of the day, Team SMG still come out of that. The fact that only Noir died was, again, extremely lucky coming out from the side of Team SMG. Suhaz Esports did choose a good time to fight, knowing that Team SMG recently made a move and they wouldn't have their cooldowns. Taking advantage of that is great, but now Hate as well could be in some trouble here. He makes it out so far, but topside is getting absolutely ran over.
Oh my god, I feel bad for City Nosara. There's nothing he can actually do against a Dirov in this lane up. However, Smooth taking a little bit too low, but Raisin not going to be taking this as he wants to farm out the gold, the creeps on the top side. So going to be denying a little bit more economy to City Nosana. Fatal Link going to be whiffing the mark. Purify not going to be connecting. Abumon tries to retaliate. Hate missing the enhanced chain, and that's going to allow Suhaz Esports to actually catch him with the Holy Baptism.
Oh, nicely done by Ikimon there. Nicely done, making sure that you're punishing these mechanical mistakes so far. Unfortunate, but now Sasa is in a lot of trouble taking... Ooh, so much damage. He's a level up on Abumon as well.
Wow, that's a pretty nice outplay coming from him. However, topside, once again, you can see Smooth going to be caught out. And the rest of City Nosana, Suhaz Esports is going to be finishing off. And that's going to be an easy pick coming from Suhaz Esports. That's exactly what they need to help City Nosana come back to the game.
Interesting that Smooth decided to take that fight. There was no information on the map on where exactly Razin was, and they do realize that, hey, he could have been on that top side. Smooth definitely could have played that better, but I think Team SMG, their main objective is taking out these objectives. They want to get the snowball done early, but now, losing that top tier 1, about to trade for bottom tier 1, it's looking good. Once again, Team SMG still posing that question.
Yep, at the same time, SMG, they opening up the map for the bottom turtle, so they want to secure the third one far box before they go super crazy. Smooth is a little bit too far off on the top side, so this is going to be a good time for Suhaz Esports to try and punish this. And as you can see, SMG, they're just trying to buy a little bit more time. Box is trying to bait out in towards the turtle, but Suhaz, they're just playing it safe. They're not taking the risks, and as of yet, you can see rotations has been made from Smooth on the top side to try and regroup this, and this might be the fight they're looking forward to as well. Fate only comes in towards the Noir. They do catch onto City Nosana, but the pickoff comes from the backlines as Eve is going to get taken out and sniped by Box, and the rest of Suhaz Esports is in a predicament. And Smooth, what is that damage? He's alive, and he's going to still survive as he takes more than just one. He looks for a third, but the kill will be secured by Sasa with a double.
Class! That was finesse coming out of Team SMG. They played that fight perfectly, juggling the aggro from Suhaz Esports, sweet pulling in and pushing back out when necessary, when their cooldowns were off. Team SMG don't take a single loss in that fight, clearly knowing their limits.
Yeah, that was great as well. Like, they started with Box. Box got a pick off Eve, and then they bounce it off to Smooth, and then they bounce it off to Noir and Hate, which was kind of ridiculous because I thought Smooth should not physically be possible to survive, considering that he's not a tanky hero. He's just got, what, an Oryx as well as a Hunter Strike, which logically speaking, he should have just died then and there.
Well, I mean, the fact that he has 2 items, he had more than enough damage. I wouldn't have expected Smooth to die. I was expecting Box to die, to be fair, because he didn't have his puncture anymore. It was on cooldown, but the rest of Suhaz Esports kind of were disorientated in the fight with the constant pushing and pulling coming from Team SMG. So again, no target priority, and that was the main issue.
Yep. And as of yet, SMG, they're focusing on trying to punish Jenny as much as they can. Likewise, coming from City Nosana, Raisin gonna be a little bit afraid to push out. He's level 10 as compared to Box is already level 12. And I think so too, maybe. Top side seems like that's gonna be the case to happen. He is gonna be forcing this sprint prematurely coming from City Nosana.
This is so annoying. Team SMG are so good with battle spell timers here. They knew for a fact that City Nosana had about like a couple of seconds left until sprint came back up. They moved, they showed presence instantly as soon as the cooldown was up. City Nosana instantly had to use his sprint. Now he has to wait another 76 seconds again, so he's not going to have it for this upcoming Lord fight.
Well, Suhaz Esports not going to be able to housekeep properly if they were already ahead in terms of Lord positioning. But the top side, Smooth is going to be pushing the top lane, so that's going to be a free tier 2 in the hands of Team SMG. While Suhaz is not taking any sort of reactions, which is kind of surprising.
They're just getting held hostage here. Team SMG is playing this perfectly. They are playing very, very calculated. They're not giving any openings to Suhaz Esports so far. And unfortunately, Suhaz Esports must respond. And once they respond, that's when Team SMG is going to get on top of the Lord and start looking to force a fight because they've got the numbers advantage.
Well, speaking of reactions, Noir is doing a fantastic job opening up the man. He's setting for a bush, and Suhaz Esports is not prepared. Archive Raisin is going to be caught out down to his very, very low position. They're trying to bait SMG into a choke spot, but I don't think they should go for it. Noir is opening up the map, but there's absolutely nothing Suhaz could do if SMG does not take that bait at all.
Disgustingly good coming out from Team SMG. They are just killing machines, man. They are just killer machines. These grandmaster chess players here, not giving any opportunities, not giving any openings. Team SMG, they could look to force a fight here, but knowing how they played so far, they're not. They're just going to take this mid tower, pull back, wait for the Lord, empowered minions, sink top and bottom wave as they are doing now as they rotate across to clear up their waves. Nicely done.
Yeah, I feel bad for Suhaz right now. Like, where do they push out? Because everywhere they go, there's going to be someone getting ready to get a jump on them. And that's kind of annoyingly hard to deal with, considering that not everyone has Purified to deal with the Fatal Link. And now Sasa, he's used up his ultimate on his sniper, so he's going to be poking on towards the tier 3. So that's going to be a free inhibitor up top potentially. Maybe Suhaz. They got to do something. The Melissa dropped on the doll, hits absolutely nothing. I think he's tried to use it to hit the Lord, but I don't think that works, man.
Just keep your eyes on Sasa. He's the main damage dealer for these turrets. He is sieging them. As long as nobody's body blocking him, he gets free shots in, and he keep on doing that. Noir, he doesn't even have to engage. His presence alone is enough to keep Suhaz back, and that's going to be another mid inhibitor as well. Look, Sasa can do this all day.
Oh my goodness, Sasa is just poking his way through. That's going to be another inhibitor in the hands of SMG, and no reactions once again from Suhaz Esports. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like they just can't do anything considering how they've lost almost every single lane in the matchup.
And this is the problem. The fact is, Team SMG have controlled the tempo for the entirety of this game, and Suhaz has not gotten a break just yet, or actually got the momentum reset that they need. And Team SMG will take this snowball and keep running with it. Now they just back off, they take all their resources in the enemy jungle, force the lanes to freeze, and then Suhaz Esports just has to come out for this next upcoming Lord in about 63 seconds. Team SMG, they've got checkmate here.
Yo, if I was on Team SMG's shoes, I would have just straight up dived Suhaz Esports considering how far ahead in terms of lead. And you can see the items as well, they're looking for their 5th item progression, whereas Suhaz is still struggling to make end speed with their 4th, or maybe some even 3rd as well.
Yeah, this is a pretty unwinnable situation for Suhaz. I mean, if we're looking at the items alone, the power spike isn't there. We need Yve to have some form of damage, right? And yes, she's got 2 items. Once Jenny gets that 3rd item, he's going to be a lot more relevant. But Team SMG, they already have the Radiant armor. It's built, ready to go. So if we do see anything built by Jenny, it has to be the Divine Glaive.
Oh, I beg to differ. I feel like the Genius one would be a little bit better than Divine Glaive.
It sounds good, but the raw power is needed now. Like, you cannot hope to be like, oh, you have Radiant armor, I got a Genius one, just give me a couple, like, I'm only going to start dealing damage after 3 hits. Abumon gets sniped by Sasa.
Okay,
that's how far ahead they are.
Okay, I've got to stay home.
Yeah. Keep stuttering. That's what Sasa's making Suhaz do right now.
That's exactly what's happening. I feel so sad. I feel bad for him.
Like, even Rasen can't take the damage from it. The Team SMG is just so far ahead in this game. They've got the nuts. This game is basically done for, unless Suhaz is able to make like an extremely good team fight right at the base.
Yeah, Abumon just not going to be able to do anything about this situation with the Lord coming in. 10k in the bag. They've got to drop everything now. It's all up to Raisin to maybe even try to delay with the heavy spin, but how long can you delay considering how much damage SMG is bringing to the table? And with Smooth in the check, I don't think sitting Rosanna on Akai is actually going to be comfortable against this. And you can see Smooth taking the Merc as well.
Oh!
They catches on 3. Immediately they dive the backline. They take down the Melissa. They will gladly sacrifice Noir, but the Lord is relatively healthy. It is going to focus on the Crystal while the rest of SMG is going to clean out the game. That's going to be a very convincing game 1.